First off, the sky goes dark. Of course it does. Then they come out of the ground, and if you're a certain type of person, drag you under, where your body is consumed. They got to the gate of the pen, and Kate opened it, letting her brother through first. "And I'm guessing you are that type of person," he said. She slid the bolt back across while he ran ahead, his boots squelching in the mud. Walking on, she watched him duck under the low roof, slapping the wooden joist with his free hand as he went inside the shelter. At 11 years old, her brother awoke every day buzzing. Everything he saw in these first few hours, the gravestones of pets, log piles, frost, deserved a high five. "I'm going to milk the face off you," Albert told the goats. "I'm going to milk you to death." He did resemble a trainee Grim Reaper, she thought, in his deep-hooded navy poncho, carrying a bucket to collect fresh souls. Following him into the shelter, she sat on a low stool next to Bellona, her favourite goat, a 4-year-old alpine with white legs and a black comma-shaped beard, who was against the back wall with her neck tied. She stamped her hooves as she ate from her feed pan. Bellona was notoriously difficult in the mornings. This was part of her and Kate's affinity. Albert was talking as he milked. "So, she has this massive picture of what's at the centre of the universe, and it's basically a pair of eyes. 2 huge, evil eyes." Kate tried not to listen. She squeezed, tugged, closed her fingers from index to pinky, and focused on the noise of milk on metal. The sound slowly deadened as the bucket filled. She put her ear against Bellona's side and listened to the gurgling innards, the swell and slump of the goat's breathing. "And research shows you'll have to wave bye-bye to gravity and time and university and—" "Albert." He stopped talking, but she knew his speech continued, unbroken, inside his head. She started to get a rhythm going, two-handed, fingers finally warming. Her brother, meanwhile, played his goat like an arcade machine. 1-0, he said, as he picked up his bucket and stool and moved to the other side of the divider. He put a feed pan in front of Babette, and she immediately dug in. Bellona started battling a little, her legs jerking, clanging against the bucket. With her knuckles, Kate stroked the tassels that hung from the goat's jaw, and leaning over, whispered to her. "What are you saying?" "Nothing." "Are you in love with Bellona?" "That's okay if you are. Mum and Dad won't mind. They're totally easy with whatever. They just want you to be in a loving relationship." Bellona kicked and the bucket tipped, spilling half the milk onto the mud and straw. Kate's jaw tightened. Her brother, through years of collecting words from international visitors to the community, had compiled an armoury of exotic insults. He tutted and proceeded to call her something bad in Bengali. It was just getting light. There was the smell of hay and shit. Hooves skittered on the stones. Outside the gloomy hut she could see the rain still coming down in the pen, filling the holes left by their boots. Back at the yard, Albert poured his milk into a dented churn. Spots of mud and dirt camouflaged themselves among the freckles on his face. His right ear-hole, she noticed, held a cachet of grit. She often tried to convince him that it was a duty, as someone brought up in a community, to battle stereotypes by maintaining, as she did, exceptional levels of hygiene. Albert wasn't interested. He longed to summon a bodily stench, regularly checking his armpits and foreskin, waiting for the big day, taking wafts from his fingertips like a sommelier testing a vintage. She waited, then said, "Tick," which was the signal.